Vlad the Impaler, Dracula, Vlad III, Vlad Tepes. These are the names of the infamous figure born in 1431 in Siasora, Transylvania, now present-day Romania. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, friends and foes. I'm Sandman, and this is a bit of history. To set the stage, these are the events that led to the Vlad we know today. Vlad was the second of four brothers, born into the noble family of Vlad II Dracul. The name Dracul was derived from the Latin Draco, meaning dragon, after his father's induction to the Order of the Dragon, created by the Holy Roman Emperor Sigmund for the defense of the Christian Europe against the Ottoman Empire. In 1436, Vlad moved to Wallachia when his father assumed authority of the principality. When he was 11, Vlad and his younger brother were sent to the court of the Ottoman Sultan Murad II as collateral to ensure the Sultan that their father would now support Ottoman policies. Enduring much abuse from their captors during this time began seeding the hatred Vlad would come to have towards the Sultan and the Ottoman Empire. Keep in mind as well that during this time the Ottoman Empire was in a crusade to conquer the world. Any resistance was met with brutal punishment, and many of the people in conquered territories were subjugated to conscription, enslavement, or at the least, a lesser-than-human status. Returning home 6 years later, Vlad learned that his father and elder brother had been assassinated by Wallachian nobles the year before. This started what would become the lifelong series of campaigns in which Vlad would attempt to reclaim his father's seat. Opposing him were not only the Wallachian nobles that had arranged his father's assassination, but also his younger brother, whom had the support of the Ottoman Sultan. Enjoying a brief victory in 1448, only to be disposed 2 months later, after another 8 years of conflict, Vlad finally reclaimed his father's seat. It was during this period of time that Vlad gained his now common title, Vlad the Impaler. If you are faint at heart to inhuman barbarism, I suggest you turn back now, or at the least skip ahead. First, there was no limit to who Vlad's wrath could apply. Men, women, children, and babies in their mothers' arms were all victim to his brutality, from all nationalities. German, Saxon, Turkish, Romanian, Hungarian, Polish, and Serbian were all subjugated to his wrath. There were 3 methods of impalement that Vlad used to punish those he deemed necessary, acting as judge, jury, and executioner. One was done through the body using a rounded greased spike as to not let them die too quickly. This was the slowest death and the most severe punishment. The second was through the navel, called a quicker death, and the third was through the heart, called the quickest death. It is estimated that Vlad killed over 80,000 people by these means or others. Many historians and psychologists theorize that Vlad impaled people as a result of mental illness combined with sexual impotency, something common with individuals that suffer extreme sexual and physical abuse from an early age, as Vlad most definitely did in his time in the Ottoman Empire. All in all, I think we can agree that the now historical events that Vlad committed were beyond comprehension and horrific, but knowing his own terrible childhood, one can find themselves in a position of sympathy to at least the cause of his psychosis and anger. In 1476, Vlad was killed in battle, but remained a folk hero in the region for his efforts against the Ottoman Empire. This is a very abridged history on the infamous figure, and there is so much more to know about Dracula and the more common lore around his name, most likely originating from both the discussed activities as well as cannibalism. So if you want to know more, there is plenty of material to learn from. As always, thank you so much for listening. I hope you found this informational and interesting. This isn't what I usually do, but after a fun conversation in Drew Gulliver's Twitch chat on the matter, I wanted to do a short bit on the topic. Leave a like and comment down below if there's something in history you'd like me to talk about, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.